All right, so back to Over the Rainbow, Ukulele 1. Okay, so we've talked about the A section there going up to the first ending. Now, on the second ending, we do this nice little campanella thing here where we do first fret, aught, aught, and then we go up, and then we do this. So we're doing 5 and 1 with our index and pinky, right? So that whole measure there on the second ending goes like this. Sorry. Right? And then we go into this finger picking thing back and forth between the first fret and the 0 fret on string 1. Okay, and so those two measures together would sound like this. And then we have a page turn. And this is all just easy. Now you notice that there I did, and I'm going to do it again, I did a hammer-on. Okay, now hammer-ons, you're basically striking the string and then you hammer your finger onto it, right? Right? So in that second measure, you got... Now you don't have to do it. You can strike that twice. But I think the hammer-on is prettier. So I would go ahead and do it if you can, right? So you strike, and then you hammer down on the string to the first fret. Okay, and then going on into the fourth measure there, we just have more of this back and forth motion, and then we'd have this thing here. Honestly, this is probably the most difficult measure in the whole song. To do it really well, you need to bar your first finger across the second fret of the strings 1 and 2, and then put your pinky on the 4th fret at the same time of string number 2. And then you can go 4, 2, 4, 2, and then you slide down 1, 4, 1, 2, right? And you have to get all those in there. So it becomes like this. And then moving to the next page, you have the open G, open A, first fret, open, G, open, and then we need to go clear up here. Now I like to do my index finger and then my ring finger, right? So 6, 8, and then do it again, 5, 7. But that means I have to switch positions. So 6, 8, 5, 7. Now if you were really wanting to stretch yourself, you could do that with your second and 4th fingers, so that it was all in the 5th position thing. But honestly, when I'm moving along like this, I find that a little bit easier actually to do it that way. And then we have the rest, and we have a lot of repeat here in this next little section. So rest, and then 3 and 2 together. I like to use my 3rd finger, my 2nd finger for that, because I just used my 1st finger earlier in the measure to play the 1st fret on the 2nd string. And then we have to do a slide up to that 6th fret and put a finger down on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. And this part's a little tough. And I just totally messed it up. So let me show you how to do it right. Okay, let me go back where I was. Okay, and so that requires a little bit of finger sliding and and a little bit of dexterity while your second finger is hanging on to the third string. Your first and your third finger are kind of playing around on either side of it. So let me just play that first one. It's the 6-5, right? So we do this 3-2 thing. And then we slide up, right, to that 6-5. And then I would go first finger on the 5th fret, 7, 8, and then you're going to put your second and third finger on fret 10 on first and third strings, and then you got to slide down to the 7th fret with that same position, and then use your pinky to get the 8th fret, lift the pinky off, you're back to the 7-7, and then lift that third finger off and put your first finger down on the 6th fret of the first string, and so you get this cool little thing going on here where you're going 10, 10, 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, 6. Okay, and in time that would be 1, 2, 3. And that's really cool. Okay, so learn it. And then we go on to this next little bit. 1, 5, 9, 8, 6, 0, 8, 8, 7. Now you can see what I did there is I did a pull off, okay? Right? Right? So I'm doing it from the 8 to the 7, I'm doing a pull off. And then I'm restriking when I get to the 5th fret. So let me play that phrase again, starting measure 22 with the rest. Rest, 5, 9, 8, 6, 8, 8, 8, 7, 8, 7, 5. And then we switch down to second position, 2, 5, 3, and then we got to slide to that, and then lift a finger, and then fingers 1 and 3. And then we have a little bit of rest. Okay, I didn't play that last measure perfectly. Let me play those last two measures. 1. Oops, I'm hitting the wrong. It should be that. Okay, let me try it again. Rest. Right, and I probably would just strum that last chord instead of trying to grab all 4 and pinch them. Okay. All right, so let's walk through that. I didn't walk you through it, I just played it. So starting right, the measure before the double bar, okay, where you have that F chord up above, okay? We're doing that 3, and we hold that for 1.5 counts, and then we have some 16th notes, right? So 3 and 1 together, and then we go. Hopefully you can see what I did there. And then we're almost in position. We just need to put our first finger down here, and then we got, we can pluck strings 1 and 2, and we're just holding an F chord, right? And then we go 1 and ought, 2, 1 and ought and 1, and then 2, add our first finger, take that first finger away, play 1 and 3, right? And then we have a little bit between the first and the third string, and then we have a rest, and then 1, ought, 1 ought, 3, and then we have an F add 9 chord there at the end. Okay, so hopefully you could kind of see what I was doing with my fingers here on all of that. But that's just sort of a walkthrough on how I would finger this if I was going to be playing this part. And so hopefully that's helpful to you and will help you learn part number 1, all of you go-getters in my ukulele youth choir. All right. thank you. And I hope you guys have a great week and you are enjoying your break from everything and taking the time to doing some practice. Okay. So, love and hugs and actually no love and hugs, just elbow bumps from 6 feet away, right? Okay. So have a great week. Okay, guys. Bye.